name is Bobby, and this is my testimony. So, I grew up in the church all my life, and I know who Jesus was, but I didn't know who Jesus was. I knew of him, not who his character is. I didn't know. I mean, if someone asked me if I was Christian, I would say yeah, but I still cussed. I still watched porn. I still did all that. About, say, 5 years ago, right, I got in some pretty bad trouble, and I almost got arrested. I didn't really think there was a way out, and I was struggling with depression at that time. So I thought the only way out was to really just end my life. I didn't see any hope or anything. But as I was about to take my life, I heard God's voice, and I heard him tell me, "Don't do it, son." And he told me he loved me. And, I didn't really know how to be a Christian. So I just went along with it. I, said I love God, said I love Jesus. I would go to church every Sunday, but I would still cuss, still watch porn. I would still do all this stuff. And, going into freshman year, I was like, yeah, I'm a Christian. I would talk about God, but I didn't really know how to live for him. So going up into February of my freshman year, right, things have been rocky with my family, with my dad. My parents have been divorced all my life. So I grew up in two households. My dad, who really wasn't a Christian, my mom, who was, and it was just hard. So seeing those two things, I just didn't really have any direction in life. So in February, I was coming home from practice, right? My dad's picking me up, I'm going to his house. And, I just had that feeling of, like, he doesn't want me there, like, because, every time I go there, he'd be like, "Can I take you home to your mom's?" or something like that. And I'm like, all right. And, I just didn't have a good day. I said, yeah. And, he took me home, and that was the last time I saw him. So that was really hard on me. And I knew, after he dropped me off, I knew that was just the last time I would ever see him. So, I started going through depression again, and I really just started vaping, I started smoking weed, I started drinking all the time. I mean, some days I couldn't even go without smoking. I couldn't do it. Like, it was just so hard. And that's where I found my escape. And I started getting mixed in with the wrong people. And I even got to the point where I would sell vapes, I would sell weed, I would do all this stuff going up into summer, right? And going into summer, I bought a thing of Adderall from one of my friends. So the Holy Spirit, shout out to Holy Spirit, it's my guy. He told my mother, love you, Mom. He told my mom there was a thing of Adderall while she was cleaning my room. There was a thing of Adderall in my room. Turns out there was a thing of Adderall in my room. My mom found it. And when I came home, they confronted me about it. I tried lying my way out of it. That didn't work. So they sent me to Gateway Student Conference. I hated God. Not gonna lie, I hated God. And I had no direction. I'm like, I hate God. I don't want to go. So I actually met a couple of people, or some people that went to my school that I'm pretty close with. And, I started hanging out with them. I started going to church for the wrong reasons. But after Gateway Student Conference, I still hated God. Excuse me. And even after, I was still smoking all that until July 30th of 2022. I was at a party, and I was vaping. These bugs, dude. Okay, July 30th, 2022. I was at a party, I was vaping. And, came home. And the money, they were asking me about it. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I tried lying. I lied about it. But I really felt bad about it. I feel like that's the first time I felt conviction about vaping and lying. And I'm like, dang. So I started going to church the next week. I kept going, and I didn't even realize, but God was working through me the whole time and changing my heart without even me realizing it. And going up into September, I really just surrendered my entire life to him. And July 30th, I've been sober since then. And, I've gone through rough patches since then. Like, last fall, I was pretty suicidal last fall. Like, I would still go through depression, but coming into 2023, I just fully surrendered my life to him. God's been working through me in so many ways. And I've just met amazing people and gotten to do so many things for the kingdom. And God's just been so gracious to me. And he's just always been there. Like, he's basically my best friend. I could always talk to him. It's hard not having an earthly dad, but he's provided a lot of earthly love for me in places of men that are mentors for me. But he's also always just been a dad for me. My dad, my best friend. He's God. God be Godding, God's really been faithful to me by just sparing my life, by never giving up on me. He always loved me. No matter how far away I was from him, he was always right there. And I didn't know that growing up, but he was always right there. And yeah.